What's up, guys? I wanted to walk you through the full Divine Heir Gauntlet of Strength from the new Sekiro DLC, which is basically just boss rush mode plus some new outfits, as you can see I'm wearing. The only new option I have unlocked right now, I haven't looked up how to unlock the other ones, because I know there's a few other outfits. There's the Tenchu outfit and a few others that you could put on. But the Divine Heir path starts with Gyobu Oniwa, who we all know. And then it jumps to Lady Butterfly, and then to Inner Genichiro. I took out Inner Genichiro yesterday, and I put that on my channel, but I wanted to just show the full path real quick. It's just these three. This is obvious. There's three gauntlets right now, and this is obviously the easiest of the three. Gyobu, I think, I can take out Gyobu pretty much every time on my first try. Lady Butterfly, same, I could pretty much take out on my first try, and then Inner Genichiro is obviously going to be the most difficult of the three. So I went through Gyobu's first phase pretty quick right there. Mr. Crazy Horseman. I tried these firecrackers, but I had the purple fume ones, and there's like, if you hold R2, there's like a delay on them, so you kind of have to time it. I think you could just hit it once too, and it'll work. But after you do these fights multiple times, like with Gyobu and Lady Butterfly, just to get to Inner Genichiro, you just start playing around with different things to mix it up. But yeah, this battle, you know, it is what it is. It's definitely one of the most memorable parts of the game. Is a horse that could, for some reason, jump 15 feet into the air, although I guess it is a mythical horse in a way. But yeah, not too much to say about this fight, just because we've all seen it a million times. And like I said, pretty much just I was pretty much just on autopilot here, just so that I can get through it and continue the gauntlet. So I guess now would be a good time to talk about the direction of my channel, just while I'm watching this. I've been posting pretty much just Bloodborne and Sekiro, because FromSoftware games are my favorite type of games in general. I mean, I pretty much like anything that's good. You know, there's so many countless games I loved on the PS4 and the Switch. But I'm probably going to stick mostly with the PlayStation for now, especially as the PS5 comes out, if I could actually get my hands on one, because I am dying to play Demon Souls. As much as I love the FromSoftware games, I got into it a little late, because I started with Bloodborne, and then after Bloodborne I played Sekiro, because it came out next, or sorry, Dark Souls 3 had come out, but I played Bloodborne in like 2018, 2019, something like that, and then I played Sekiro when it came out. I went back, played Dark Souls 1, almost done with Dark Souls 2, and I have Dark Souls 3, I just need to get to it, but I cannot wait to play this new Demon Souls game. Like, I was watching a new trailer. If you guys saw, PlayStation put a second trailer for the gameplay on their channel this morning, and some of the effects and graphics and textures are just unreal. Like, there was, I don't know why this stands out to me, but there's a tunnel you go through, and what they show in one part of the gameplay, and like the lighting that's in this tunnel just looks so unreal, whereas normal in a video game, if you go into a dark place like that, everything kind of like fades out and the textures become kind of wonky looking and the lighting is a little off, but everything just looks so clean and crisp. Oh, I got hit with Lady Butterfly's Hurricane Rana right there. Again, I went through Horseman and Lady Butterfly so many times that I was kind of on autopilot for these fights, just trying to get to Inner Genichiro. But anyway, yeah, the Demon Souls remake just looks unreal. I'm so happy it's coming out, because I've wanted to play it for a while. I just haven't gotten around to setting my PS3 up and, you know, getting a copy of Demon Souls on PS3, but I can't wait to play it on PS5. And all I've been hearing about is people saying they hope there's a 6th Archstone, which I assume would be a new area in the game. I guess I'll find out. I don't know anything about the lore of Demon Souls or anything about the game at all, really, other than it's more or less a precursor to the Dark Souls series, and kind of the game that Miyazaki kicked everything off with. Yeah, if you're watching, so this Lady Butterfly fight started getting really sloppy here. I actually got, I think I don't know if this could happen in the main game, but I didn't save it, I deleted it, but I actually got a glitch. On one of my runs, after Lady Butterfly's first phase, I ran over to, like, she always kind of lands in that same spot for her second phase, and I ran over, like I'm doing here, but I started stopping midway, because I ran all the way over to, like, pretty much exactly where she lands, and she never spawned in to the second phase. Like, I could hear her, like, running around, but she never actually appeared, and I had to just quit out. It was like it must have just been a glitch or a bug or something. So I had to restart my run. But other than that happening, because you're also gonna see a bit of a bug when I face Inner Genichiro's third phase too. You're gonna see that later in the video. But I'm rambling on a lot here because I just don't have a ton to say about the Lady Butterfly or Oniwa fights. But like I was saying, in terms of my channel, yeah, I've just been posting Bloodborne videos and a couple of Sekiro videos, just because those are the games I know a decent amount about. Some of my other favorite games, anything from Uncharted. I absolutely adore the Uncharted series. Those are some of my favorite games of all time. I feel like Uncharted 4 is like, if my life could be a video game, I wish it could be Uncharted 4. That's just one of the most just genuine, probably because I have a brother too, so it's just one of the most fun, just that action-packed adventure story like that. I just absolutely adore the Uncharted series, specifically the fourth one. I mean, really all of them. Even Lost Legacy, even though Lost Legacy is, you know, more of like, it's a lot of fun, but it's more in the B+ range than the A range. I think a lot of people would agree with. But other than that, what else did I like? I still need to play The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3 is my whole. I played pretty much every top game that came out on the PS4, except I never got around to The Witcher 3, and I want to play it before Cyberpunk comes out. Because Cyberpunk, a couple days before filming this video, Cyberpunk, as you all know, got delayed till December 10th, which I'm actually totally fine with. I'd rather games be delayed and come out perfect rather than just be released as a buggy mess that needs all kinds of patches and updates. I'd rather them, you know, we've been waiting like years for this game. I'd rather them just take their time and have it come out perfect. Yeah, after I've faced this Inner Genichiro a number of times since I posted my video yesterday, so I'm a lot more smooth with him now than I was. I could pretty much get those 3/whirlwind timings. I could pretty much get those every time. I'm pretty confident in this gauntlet now. I took some damage there though, but some of the other two gauntlets are ridiculous. I was looking at them, and I don't exactly remember them off the top of my head, but one of them is like the Shora ending Ishin and the Demon of Hatred in back-to-back fights, which Demon of Hatred is probably like is probably, in my opinion, the hardest boss in the game. It's one of my favorite bosses in the game, but just hard in terms of his patterns are so erratic compared to a lot of the other bosses, because he's like very reminiscent of like a Bloodborne type boss, except he's in Sekiro. So it makes for a really awesome but strange fight in the context of Sekiro. But anyway, Demon of Hatred is probably the fight where I have the least confidence in actually being able to beat him on a consistent basis. I've only ever beat him one time, like when I played the game originally. I don't even remember how many attempts I took. It had to have been like at least 20. But I only beat him the one time, and I was like, I'll take the W. I definitely have the least amount of confidence in repeating a win versus the Demon of Hatred, so I don't know how that's gonna go. I'm trying to remember. I think the other one had a tough back-to-back too. I think it was like the Guardian Ape, Owlfather, and maybe the Corrupted Monk, maybe even one more. I'm really curious to see who the bonus boss for those two paths are going to be. Eat that, Genichiro. Now I'm curious to go back and face standard Genichiro and see how much easier it is compared to this one. Man, this fight went on for longer than I remember. I commentated on it yesterday, so I don't have a tremendous amount of new things to say about it. But, you know, you kind of go on autopilot in this fight after a while. Like, you could... Well, it's one of those fights that's tricky, but once you get the timing and patterns down, I mean, it's pretty much the same every single time. It's one of those things, once you beat it once, you could take them out multiple times. I haven't played around with the phantoms or the notes yet. Maybe I'll do that later. Let me know down below what PS5 games you guys are most looking forward to coming out. I've heard, even though it's technically a PS4 game right now, I've heard Watch Dogs Legions is not necessarily, you know, going to blow you away. It's not a Game of the Year candidate or anything like that. But it seems like it's just plain fun, you know? It's one of those games that, you know, it's not necessarily... It's not like Sekiro, or I'm just saying, like, I'm playing this now, but it's not like one of those games that's super overly difficult or anything. Like, I'm sure it has its parts where you have to concentrate, but it seems like it's one of those games that's just plain fun. I heard the lip syncing is weird, and it looks a little weird. Like, some of the facial animations are a little wonky. So if you guys watch this is the, I mentioned earlier, I kind of glitched out inner Genichiro. If you just keep stepping forward and hitting R1, you pretty much get him stuck in an endless loop. And I really wasn't trying to do this. I thought the other times I've played him, you only could do this once or twice, and then he'd kind of do something else. But I got him caught in this loop, and it was one of those things that once I got him stuck in it, I was like, F it, I'm just gonna see how long I could do this. Eventually I was like, I gave up on it halfway through. In retrospect, I should have just done that all the way, because I was gonna replay this anyways. At the end of this video, I went back and played this an additional time, just because I felt like I didn't really feel like it was a real victory. See, and I got it stuck in the loop again here. So I'm assuming and then that was a really weird animation there too. So not entirely sure what happened there. I don't know. I assume they're gonna patch that, or I don't know if that was just some weird loop I got him stuck in. But hopefully they patch that, because I never really felt like that was a legitimate win there. But I ended up going back, so you get this inner reflection conquered. So you get that additional message, and then when we go, we'll be transported back to the Ashina outskirts, and we have a new battle memory for inner Genichiro, which you can increase your attack power with. One thing I didn't really think about before I started playing this is this is technically my third playthrough, so, and as far as I could tell, it does scale. And we got this new skill, Sakura Dance. As far as I could tell, the DLC does scale with which game you're in. So playing this at the very start of new game, plus 2 or 3, however you want to count it, I guess is a little bit of a disadvantage. I guess you'd be at your best if you faced it at the end of a playthrough. But we got a remnant inner Genichiro, a battled memory of an extraordinary foe. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the Sakura Dance real quick. I was hoping completing that would unlock a new outfit, but it did not. So you must unlock those a different way. I'm going to have to look that up. Gyobu Oniwa. So here's the Sakura Dance, and it's actually pretty cool. Mid-air prosthetic attacks are possible after the attack. I didn't get to test that, but I want to show it to you guys real quick here. It's pretty cool. Has the Sakura leaves on the end of it. Just get another one in there. So you hang up in the air like that. So I assume if there's enemies that are jumping around, I don't know if you could start hitting them with additional attacks while you're up there. Because I just came and tested it on our old friend over here, which, you know, he just stands there, doesn't do anything really. But so here's the other fight. I wanted to put this in. I went back and faced Genichiro an additional time because I wasn't really that happy with the way I took him out earlier. It was just way too cheesy. I kept backing up. In this phase, he always follows up with that same step back and arrow shot, which you can get him pretty much every single time, at least once. But that is not how I wanted to win here. So I kept stepping back on it just because that wasn't the goal of facing him an additional time. I got lucky with the lightning there. I don't know what happened. It must have gone out into the sky. But I was having a little bit of trouble timing the lightning. It's the second time when he throws it back at you. It's a little tricky to get the timing. Let's see, I know I got hit with it once there. Did I get this one? No, I got hit with it there. It took me a few times to time it right. Yeah, he got me there. But we are gonna respawn. Originally, I thought you couldn't resurrect in the DLC, but that was just because I was at the beginning of a new playthrough and hadn't unlocked that ability yet. Let's see, did we get him here? Yeah, we got him there. Take that lightning, son. Yeah, so he has the exact same attack as the previous two phases. He caught out a little bit there, but it's not too hard to time. It's a really good time to heal up after you block. If you get 3 of them in a row, that's a good time to heal. Started going into that cool little, I forget what that's called, but we got that pretty good. Let's see, did we get him here, or did we get hit again? Nice, we got him again with that shock. So I was happy with this run. I caught him with that shock twice. So, oh, he almost got us there though. But I was pretty happy with this run right here. So I think that's what we're going to call the Divine Heir Gauntlet. I'm pretty happy with it. I might play it again this weekend or something like that. But I think it's definitely time to move on to the other 2 gauntlets, because those are going to be. I think this is going to be by far the easiest of the 3. The other 2 look quite difficult. Shinobi execution. Anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. Sorry I didn't have a ton to say about this. I've played these battles so many times now that it's kind of just like, watching it, I'm like, oh, I played this like 50 times, so I don't have a ton to say. Anyway, have a good night. Peace.